Gay! Hello and welcome back, Ravers. It is season 5, episode 11 of Gay Rave. I cannot believe it's already episode 11. We have so much to talk about from this past week. Let me tell you, we are going to start with last Tuesday going to see Muna, the greatest band in the world. So Muna consists of 3 of the hottest queer people you've ever seen in your life. Whatever your type is, they've got something for you, let me tell you. I would do 1, 2, 3, all of them together, both. In a way, any mixture of them, I would. Okay? And that's all I have to say about that. So the music is really good. It's kind of like synthy pop rock. New album, very fire. I'm not even going to bury the lead on this one. East Side Girls is going to be a song of the week if you want to get a jump on that. Don't leave this podcast, but just in case you want to get a jump on that. So I did a little of shroom chocolate with Raver Alina. Went with Ravers Alina and Merritt. Did some shroom chocolate with Alina, did a little drinking too, had a little cute outfit on, and the vibes were absolutely impeccable. It was in a small venue, Williamsburg Music Hall, and it just felt really magical. A bunch of gay people just vibing, having a great time. They were playing the hits. They also played I Know a Place, which is just sort of like about if you're feeling down, you're feeling low, like, let's go to the gay bar. Like, let's have a nice time. Let's all be together. And it was healing. I do think it was during one of their songs. Girl, I had to put my sunglasses on my face because I was shedding a tear, bitch. I think it was Good Feeling. Like, why do I get a good feeling? And damn, it was one of those shows that just makes you feel like grateful for feeling the spectrum of human emotions. I literally walked into my house after that show and I was like, damn, I really experience sadness, fear, anxiety, joy, all these things. And it is so wonderful to be alive because it reminds me that, I'm human. That was the fucking type shit I was on. And yeah, maybe it was the mushroom chocolates and maybe they were hitting, all right? But fine. That's exactly where I landed and it was beautiful. So that was Tuesday. Thursday, went to Knicks Eastern Conference Finals Game 2. And that was amazing. I think something got lost in translation a little bit. People last week were like, oh my God, Liz, Zaddy, getting you these Knicks tickets. Wrong again. This bitch Liz, yes, she acquired the Knicks tickets, which was amazing. But yeah, I did have to pay for them. Those hundreds of dollars did leave my Zelle and go to her account. Yes, they did. So she found, because she was perusing the Knicks season ticket holders Facebook marketplace, apparently she got them and they were section 319 bar stool seats, which I will have you know, goated, absolutely not chopped, absolutely not played. They were goated. All right. And the best part about the bar stool seating was that the view is amazing, but also like you don't have to like slide in and out of rows. There's no one in front of you. There's no one behind you. Oh, you know what is behind you? The bathrooms, all the concessions, right? Drinks, food, bathrooms, everything is so close. And in the fourth quarter with a couple minutes left, everything that's already pre-made is free. Paninis, popcorn, pretzels, waters, everything. I walked out of there with more than I walked in with, let me just tell you, because I was thinking maybe I could like flip it for a profit on the street. But maybe, which I ended up giving it to unhoused folks or people who needed like food on the street that I saw, because it felt kind of bad at one point. I was like, this is not like a lucky symbolic pretzel, but one of those like Knicks branded popcorn boxes. I was like, I could probably run this $20 on the street. Why am I trying to flip popcorn? Why am I trying to flip popcorn? Let's live a simple life. Just live a happy life. Why are you trying to make a quick buck? I have some money. Like, why? I don't know either. Also, amazing celebrities at the game. Mariska Hargitay, fucking Martha Stewart, bitch. Jon Stewart was there too. Are they related? Has anyone ever asked the question if Jon Stewart, famous late night comedian, and Martha Stewart, famous imprisoned chef / home decor designer / Skechers endorser, are they related? Has anyone ever asked that question? I don't know. My king Mamdani was there, but he was not on the Jumbotron because he was up in the nosebleeds, being a socialist king, buying his ticket just like a normie, not telling anyone he was going to be there, being in his little fucking suit, didn't even come out till the day after. But I did say at the game, where's my king Mamdani? I felt his spirit there, okay? And you know what really pissed me off about this game? We got there 7:30 because The game started at 8. We were like, oh, well, we just want to make sure that we get there. We see everything. We don't miss a moment. Obviously, we're paying hundreds of dollars to be here. Hello. It's 8 p.m. It's tip off. Everybody's already done the anthem. They've already done everything. They did the warm ups. They already had the lineups, all of this. People aren't even in their seats. I said, it is after 8 p.m. Where are you? Are you waiting in line? Are you getting a drink? Like, what is going on? And I think a lot of it is just like the spectacle of it all. People who are real Knicks fans, like real fans, they aren't in the building because they can't fucking afford to be there, which is fucked. So the people who are there are probably just there for like the photo op, and you don't want to take content until the game is good, which is probably in like the second half anyway, so there was no rush, which I find chopped and played and whack. Okay, I find that incredibly bad, and I don't like it at all. It's like being a Liberty season ticket holder, I'm always trying to get in there early. I want to have my seat. I want to have my drink. I want to watch them come out. I want to cheer for them. I want to see what's going on. I just want to see the little fucking games they play and the little videos. Yeah, I love the hype videos, okay? So the Knicks are actually playing as we speak. They are in game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals against the Cavs. If they do win this game tonight, they will have won the entire series, meaning that in a series of 7, it's sort of first to 4. And if we win this 4th game, we would sweep them, meaning we won 4-0, and they are up by 27 at the end of the 3rd. I think that's pretty safe to say. Don't want to jinx anything, obviously, with my luckiness. I will say every game I have been watching, trying to watch as much as I can, just in case I'm a lucky charm. I'm not saying that I am, but just in case I am, I want to make sure I'm watching, and that's why I'm keeping an eye on the score. The Liberty are also playing as we speak right now. We have unfortunately been sucking ass, and that's totally okay. I do think that ever since, not to talk about curses again, but ever since they came out with this reel forcing one of their French players to say something cringe, they've been losing. Marine Johannes, all right, from France. We have a lot of wonderful players. We have Australians, we have Germans, we have this French player, right? Marine Johannes, she's great. She's great with the 3, engaged to another woman in the league. Incredible. All right. They made her post this cringe ass TikTok because, they're trying to do all this social media shit, TikTok trends, and so they made her say, if you're a baddie, you're going to love it. And so Marine Johanna is so awkward. It's like, if you're a baddie, you're going to love it. And so ever since that awkward ass TikTok came out, we've been losing. Tonight could be the night we change everything. It is 65-64 Liberty in the 4th right now. 4 minutes left. Cutting it close against a brand new team that didn't exist last year, Portland Fire. Mishmash, a ragtag team of WNBA players make up the Portland Fire right now. We're losing to them. A championship team, losing to them right now. Just saying. Okay. And you know what? We played the Wings. Was it yesterday? Yesterday? Yeah. We played the Wings yesterday. And Paige Beckers, AZ Fudd, incredible dynamic duo. Not mentioning the other amazing players in the Wings, Arike Ngumbuale, my crush, just got married, crushed me. Okay, speaking of crush, that's why it's called a crush. Okay, AZ Fudd, 1st round draft pick from UConn, literally just graduated with her master's degree, couldn't even be there because she's already in the fucking WNBA busting her ass. Everyone's been kind of ragging on her because she has had like some of the worst performances for a 1st round draft pick in recent history. And by recent history, I mean in like 19 years. So sorry, AZ, not your fault. 1st round draft picks, they are always starters. She wasn't even starting on the Wings. Paige is starting. Paige was the 1st round draft pick and her girlfriend the year before. Eek. Really tough, right? So she's been struggling a little bit. 6 points here, 4 points there, 10 points there. And this game against the Liberty, she decided to do her big one against us. Okay, 24 points in a game. She hit more threes in 1 quarter, I think, of all time. I think she like created a new fucking record. I was like, really? You had to pick our game to do that? That's crazy. There were a lot of Wings fans in the house, and that did piss me off. The energy was off. We're in Barclays Center, sold out Barclays Center at a home game, and everyone is so obsessed with Paige and AZ. They were turncoating on the Liberty. And you know what? I'm out here microdosing humiliation, loving a team that continues to lose at home by double digit losses at home. Oh my God, you guys. But if the Knicks do win, if we win this game four, we do go to the NBA finals. I say we. We're just going to use that for now on, okay? We go to the NBA finals, which is amazing. Knicks haven't done it in a long time. We did choke in this round last year against the Pacers. So it's wonderful. If we sweep, that would be great, okay? Happy for you. And also, it does make me happy to see that Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift were courtside at the Cavs game. And it was just like so mortifying to like have the Cavs lose by like 20 at home with Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce there. Like, oh my God. Imagine bringing your like the most famous woman on the planet to your favorite team, their home game. And you're like, oh, babe, like Taylor, we're engaged. Like, I love the Cavs. Let's go. And they like fucking bomb so hard. Oh my God. That must be so amazing. That's like truly an original experience. Oh, it's so special. But yeah, if the Knicks go to the finals, they will be playing one of two teams who are in the Western Conference final right now, and that is the Oklahoma City Thunder or the San Antonio Spurs. The San Antonio Spurs are who I would like to win because they have the 7'4" player Victor Wembanyama, aka Wemby, on their team. I just want to see that gigantic Slenderman ass man play Jalen Brunson, who is our superstar on the Knicks, who is 6'2". Imagine 7'4" versus 6'2". I just want to see it. I just think it's cute. Jalen looks small against players, just regular NBA players, just because he's only 6'2". But he is not a human. He's absolutely amazing. Oh my God, it just makes me so happy. But I do fear that people don't understand like what's going to happen to the city if the Knicks win. Like the level of euphoria the city is about to experience. Okay, I posted about the Knicks game last week on Instagram, right? Because I was there and I want everyone to know that's what Instagram does, okay? Don't judge me. And I have never gotten more DMs from men in my life. I am just posting from the Knicks game just to feel something. That's where we're at right now. That's how dry my shit is right now. Okay. And I didn't even know this many men followed me until I posted from the Knicks. And they're all fully responding to my stories like, happy for you, but should have been me. Or like, was it a movie? Or let's go. I'm like, yes, Kings. Yes, Kings. I see you. But are you here for all the other content? Throw it a like here and there. Okay, throw it a like here and there, Phil. No, but seriously, I am concerned, and I do think that we are going to be experiencing Philadelphia levels of psychosis if they win the finals. And I mean that in a derogatory way, unfortunately. I don't think that we have experienced winning enough in recent history for one of these beloved teams to be taking this as seriously as we need to take this. And that is not including women's sports, because women's sports have been putting on the Gotham, the Liberty. We've won in recent history. But let me talk about these flop ass, the Yankees, the Mets, the Nets, the Knicks, flop. The Rangers, don't even get me started, okay? And the Jets, the Giants, we're not even putting them on the board. We are not putting them on the board. Not to mention, Giants QB, Jackson Dart, I think his name is. Yeah, JD Dart. He introduced Trump at one of his rallies the other day. What are we doing? What are we doing? And that one of his teammates like replied to a tweet about it on Twitter, like, what are we doing, man? Introducing Trump, this is crazy. And I was like, I would have the same exact response if I was a black man teammate of my white quarterback. And not for nothing, like, listen, I think this guy played in like Alabama or something like that. Like he went to one of those big schools. He is, I'm sure, from the South. He just happens to be the quarterback for the Giants. Big, blonde, tall, white guy, Am I surprised? No. Is water wet? Is the sky blue? Is grass green? No, I'm not surprised that this man is a Trump supporter. It just continues to disappoint. Once again, humiliation, microdosing humiliation, just the way it is, okay? So moving on. Last week, I also saw, speaking of disgraced things, I saw Disgraced play Beaches before it went off Broadway. Beaches, the movie from the 1980s featuring Bette Midler, was created into a Broadway play. 2 hours, 35 minutes with a 15-minute intermission. The movie wasn't even that long. So I had questions. I was set to see this movie in July because I wanted to see it in July. I got a notice 5 days ago that it would not be seeing July, all right? They were closing it in 5 days, which was Sunday the 24th, yesterday, all right? And I was like, well, okay, that sucks. Apparently, it was really low attended, okay? So they were cutting it very, very short. But it will still tour, by the way. And I think it will hit on the tour. We talked about this a little bit today. I do think that like moms out there are going to see it coming to town and reminisce on the movie from the 80s, and they're going to want to go, which I think is the right call. But I was free on Friday and I was curious, so I got to see it. And they were right. No one was there. Like all of the seats around me and the rows around me were pretty empty, except for this one woman who had like a fuck ton of bags, and she was like crying the whole time. I think she was in crisis. Listen, I know I'm going to dye my hair blonde shortly, but this woman had seen something. She brought like everything she had owned to this play, and she had her head in her hands like the whole time. I didn't ask because I didn't think it was my business, but I was looking out. I was sort of like, if anyone's going to do something crazy in this theater, it's that woman. I was about to move my seat. I was about to tell somebody, like flag an alert, like somebody keep your eye on this woman. All right. But nonetheless, I got to see the play before it went off Broadway. And yeah, I knew it was going to happen. I still cried. I thought it was beautiful. It didn't have any like big names, I think, like Broadway names. Jessica Vosk was in it, and she played Elphaba for a while, but I only know that because I'm a fucking like, weirdo Broadway Wicked loser. But otherwise, I did enjoy it, but it was far too long. It was far too long. Some of the songs, I probably wouldn't listen to them again, but it was cute. Like they had the different generations, right? They had like kid actors playing them as kids, teens playing them as teens, and then they had the adults playing themselves. It was beautiful. And what I learned, Bette Midler in the film, she was played, her like younger version of herself, like the child version of herself in the movie, was played by Mayim Bialik. I had no idea. How crazy is that? Bazinga, am I right? Never repeat that. Never told anyone it did that, okay? But yeah, I think Mayim Bialik is actually canceled because I think she's a Zionist or something like that. But she did host Jeopardy for a while, and I thought that she wasn't that bad. But ultimately, I thought that was crazy. I thought the play was better than I expected it to be. I'm sorry that nobody saw it. That's got to be so crushing. Can you imagine all the work that goes in to putting on a 2-hour and 35-minute performance, to have it only be on Broadway for a few months, and then for them to fully pull the show? Oh my God, I can't even imagine what the people feel. And I actually would be very, very curious. Like if anyone knows anyone or has ever experienced this, I'd be so curious what it's like as an actor and how fucking horrifying it is to do all of the placing, the songs, the prep, the memorizing, the costumes, all the people involved. Like capitalism ruins everything. I wish that we could just fund everything that anyone ever wants to do. I'll go see it. I'll go see anyone, anything. I don't care. And then, oh God, don't get me started. One time when we were kids, my mom teaches Zumba. I was going to say taught, but I'm pretty sure she still would, and she still knows all the moves. Zumba, still out there, still get ads to become a Zumba instructor. I'm like, y'all, we need to leave this in the past. So my mom was a Zumba instructor, and she got hired by this guy who owned a local like karate studio. His name was Mr. Best. Okay. He had a karate studio and he wanted to offer Zumba. My mom did classes at his studio for a while so he could like diversify. She did it for like older people, younger people, whatever. And like her classes, like some people would come, like sometimes she had low attended classes, more attended classes. And eventually he decided to sort of like give up his dream of this karate studio and close it down because he didn't have enough people participating. And this rocked my shit. I think I was actually probably like 19 years old, just like sobbing. I was like, why can't he live his dream? And that was my first taste of it, y'all. Capitalism, the capitalist hell we live in. I was like, Mom, what can we do? Like, we need to be canvassing. Like, we need to be like doing a fundraiser or something. We need to be out in the streets. And she's like, sometimes things just don't work out. And I was like, okay. Like, why was I making this about me? Like, why was I learning about failure for the first time? So devastating. I know. Okay. Moving on. So, me about to be like, happy birthday to my friends. Happy birthday to Ravers Abby and Grace. Both have Memorial Day birthdays. Geminis. Scary. I know 2 Geminis with the same birthday. One of them's a twin. Both lesbians. Scary. And also happy anniversary to Mara and Alina. It is not only, I think, like their 7-year actual marriage anniversary, but their 2-year wedding anniversary. Amazing. Happy anniversary and happy birthday to my friends. And I hope the Liberty win. Hold on, let me check in really quick before we get into rave reviews. Let's check the Liberty. Liberty are now down 3 with 30 seconds left in the 4th. Great. Let's check the Knicks. If you haven't checked the score of a game in Google, every time you refresh the score, a little basketball sort of jumps across the screen and updates the score. It's so cute. Oh, 111 to 76. At least the Knicks are going to win with 7 minutes left. All right, moving on. Let's get into rave reviews. So I need to talk to you about off campus. We actually mentioned this a couple episodes ago. It's sort of like straight heated rivalry. They've got so many tropes in this show. Also, based on a book, okay? Based on a book. There's actually a couple books in the series. It's like an ensemble cast. Off campus is based on one of the couples in the cast, and then the other books and the other stories are based on other parts of the cast, like other people, which I think is great. Really good concept, okay? They got a lot of tropes. They got all of them, okay? Like breaking up with your flop boyfriend to find the love of your life. They got friends to lovers. They've got hookups to lovers, fake dating to real dating, enemies to lovers. They've got everything, right? And talk about the traumas. They've got every trauma in the book. This thing has everything. So I have been watching my YouTubers watch the show because I don't watch shows outright. And you know what? I've actually been thinking about going on like a attention span cleanse or whatever. So that way I can start to like watch long form content again, because I really think this is starting to become an issue. I need to start to like get an app on my phone where it like slows everything down and like teaches me patience again. Or I need to start like reading books in hardcover and writing people letters and start doing things that like slow me down and make it so I don't have everything accessible to me immediately, because otherwise I feel like we are really going down a dark path. Moving on, sorry, whatever. So I saw this article. The person who wrote Off Campus in this series, there's this article on out.com that says that this person is lesbophobic. And I thought that was hilarious. Also, love lesbophobic. I love those phobias that sound like exactly like they are. I think it's actually so amazing and so perfect in a way. But I hate the phobias that don't sound like what they are. Like, I want aquaphobia, right? Fear of water. Arachnophobia, fear of spiders and arachnids. Okay. But tell me why fear of public speaking is glossophobia. Okay, tell me why fear of dogs is cynophobia. Tell me why that is. Why can't it be perophobia, dogophobia, or something like that? I feel like there's something there, and we should really do something to fix that. Mira Mamdani, what are you going to fix the phobias that don't sound like what they are? Okay, moving on. We are not talking about this. Okay, we're not talking about this. Lesbophobic, moving on. So she apparently has been writing these books, like primarily like heterosexual couples, but she has written a story, so like a gay storyline, a male love story. Okay, and one time somebody during like an Ask Me Anything or on Twitter asked her like, "Oh, when are you going to do an FF storyline, like a lesbian, like a queer women storyline?" And she replied to the tweet and said, "Not something that I'm interested in writing about. I'm sorry." And my question for you is, why not silence? Why did we reply? We don't have to reply. Why? Why did we choose words in that way? We didn't have to choose words. And that's actually my message to many people. Have you tried shutting the fuck up? Have you tried silence? Consider it, think about it, noodle on it, get back to me. All right? So she writes this in the tweet, and then people start to say like, well, what's the aversion? Like, that's kind of weird. Like, she's done sort of everything else. And then they started looking closer at the characters that she does have, like the side characters, or the ways or the places in which like lesbians or female on female relationships have showed up in her heterosexual books, or even her books, and even in the show. And she apparently is known for writing lesbians in the male gaze. Like, in an instance, they like pulled out blurbs from her books, like they were fully clocking her online. Like, people are trying to cancel her and saying that, yes, like this might be a good series, but ultimately she's lesbophobic, so we shouldn't support her. And I'm like, you guys, okay. So some of the anecdotes, like, they weren't amazing. They're like, there were two girls in their bras and their jeans, and they were making out, and the hockey team was taking video, and it was likely going to be on a porn site that night. These guys were just in heaven. And then they were talking about these blondes who were nude, and they were talking about like feeling each other up and just talking about women's bodies like in a really like explicit way. and using like male terms or having the men comment on their bodies in a really like kind of grotesque way and being written by a woman, and it just feels not amazing. It feels like looking at it through like a really misogynist lens. So that is why she is being canceled, just so you know. And listen, I don't watch off campus directly because I don't watch TV, but I love these corny fucking love stories. Like, even these like heterosexual love stories. Don't get me started. Like, to all the boys I've loved before, I fucking love it. It pulls on my heartstrings. What can I say? Laura Jean? And this show too. I like it. They're cute. It's men written by women. It can be very cute and tender. I like it. Sue me. But don't, in a way, okay? I'm not being serious. But in actual gay television news, amazing news coming up. There's actually a queer women basketball rom-com in the makes called Courtside. Okay, and here's the tagline. An injury-plagued women's hoop superstar whose championship ambitions are upended ends up falling in love with a teammate. I'm already locked in. I've had that fake storyline happening in my dreams over there for years. I don't know why this is new. Finally, it's going to be on screen. I'm thrilled. So, the people who are backing this are the co-creators of the L Word, and Jennifer Beals, who actually stars in the L Word, is going to be acting in it as well. Okay. And one of the co-writers is from Abbott Elementary. So I actually think this is a recipe for success. The people who are supporting this have actually been successful in the past, and I'm thrilled. All right. So on top of all that, 3 actual WNBA players are going to be starring in it. Well, 2.5-ish. So Gabby Williams of the Golden State Valkyries, who is engaged to be married to Marine Johannes, our French player who cursed us, who I mentioned before. She's going to be in it. Gabby Williams is going to be in it. Sid Colson of the Indiana Fever is going to be in it, formerly Aces. And Teresa Plaisance, who is Athletes Unlimited, who also does a podcast with Sid Colson. She's going to be in it too. TP, Gabby Williams, and Sid Colson, hilarious, wonderful, hot, sexy. I can't wait. TP, Teresa Plaisance, who I also think, if we had a meet cute, I think we'd be in love. Get us in the same room. Who do I have to call? All right. Here nor there, but nonetheless, I am really, really excited. We are about to be fucking swimming in an abundance of lesbian content. Okay, we have Elliot Page, who's doing the softball kind of thing. We have these people who are doing the basketball kind of thing. We have Cleat Cute, who's doing like the sort of soccer lesbian romance. We have a lot coming up, you guys, a lot to be excited about. And just saying, Heated Rivalry, shout out to you. You sort of walked so we could run, in a way. And before that, A League of Their Own was kind of crawling so that Heated Rivalry could walk, so that Courtside and these other lesbian things could run, potentially, if we allow them to run, which we will. Everybody lock in. And in a way, I also think that Glee sort of was doing tummy time so that A League of Their Own could crawl, so that Heated Rivalry could walk, so that Courtside could run. I think that Glee doesn't get the credit that it deserves for being like really public with the gay and the lesbian storylines. Like, the football players were gay, obviously Kurt, very flaming, and and Blaine, etc. And Santana and Brittany, lesbian cheerleader storyline. Like, I know that it was gay. It was gay in the derogatory way, like flaming gay in a derogatory way, but it was also very like homo storylines. Very good, very public. Okay. So I don't want people to get lost in like the music gay of it. And I want you to get lost in the fact that it was giving you gay stories. All right. And who's going to tell the oral history of the timeline there? I will be the first to say that Glee was doing things that Tila Tequila was not at the time. All right. Moving on to Grave reviews, and we have to talk about Ginger's Lesbian Bar. So there is a lot of drama happening in the lesbian community because there is a 25-year-old lesbian bar that is canceling its Pride events because of noise complaints. Okay? And let me tell you, Ginger's Bar, it's in Park Slope. It's right here. And I have always been the biggest lover of Gingers myself. I have been personally the first to talk shit. I always thought the vibes were kind of off, okay? They have a really nice backyard. They have the pool table, but they never accepted card. They were cash only for a while, and I had fees up the fucking wazoo. And so I was a hater, and I was a very loud complainer, and I thought the vibes were kind of weird. But now I am coming to their defense. First of all, they take card now, which really went a long way for me. All right. But they put out a statement, which I actually think is so smart. They put out a statement on Instagram saying, we've canceled most of our Pride events because we have gotten too many noise complaints and we can't have loud music. So we've decided to cancel most of them or adjust most of them to accommodate that. And so the community is fucking going off, shaming the neighborhood, saying this is the one of the first lesbian bars, a 25-year-old lesbian bar that has existed for longer than your dumbass. And so why now is this suddenly a problem? These people sort of like deserve the right, whatever, to have their events. It's a bar. Okay. And the community is mostly like, you fucking gentrifiers from Ohio coming in here complaining about the sound. You're going to move in next to or above a bar and then complain about its fucking noise. That's crazy. This is a you problem. Even Brad Lander, who's running for office, he lost to Zoran, unfortunately, in the mayoral race, but a good man nonetheless. He posted and he was like, this is a crime. He's not gay. I'm just using gay voice for him. But he was like, it's criminal. These people deserve to have a DJ. And yes, we do deserve it. Have you heard of a DJ? If I'm at a wedding and I see a band, I'm happy, but I'm never as happy if I see a DJ. Because hello, incredible music, incredible sounds. Like they are hosting the afters for the New York Liberty Pride game next Friday, and it's an open bar, and you're not going to have a DJ? I'm going to be at an open bar on a Friday night after Pride night at the Liberty. What am I going to be doing? Discussing world events? No music? What is going on? Can we do a live band? What if we play music that they like? I actually think it is kind of fucked up, ultimately. And listen, I know people have had some bad experiences at Gingers before. They've been accused of many things. And it's got to be difficult, right? Like, I think when you are a queer bar like this, we have a friend who had a very bad experience. Like, do I think these spaces deserve to exist? Absolutely yes. Do I think that they should be able to play fucking music as a bar at night? Absolutely. Are you fucking crazy? And Pride Month is coming up. Brooklyn Pride is coming up in the middle of June. You think we're not going to be fucking blasting music in the streets? That's wild. So, yeah, I do think they played the right card here, not by facing their neighbors directly, but by asking the community to come in and like step up and advocate for them. Not having fucking Pride events because you can't have a DJ past 10 p.m. is fucking crazy and so disappointing. Like, the backyard is so popping. Come on. Oh, I don't know, you guys. I do land on the side of the lesbian bar here, and it's mostly just, if you do move near a bar, is that what you sign up for? Are you allowed to complain about the sound if you do choose to move to a neighborhood with a bar? I don't know. It's hard. I do have empathy for it, but those are expensive places to live in the first place. It's not like these are like cheap places that you're choosing to live, or it's like the only place that was available. Like, no, like these are highly sought after, expensive places that are around here. And so the people are very likely aware of the neighborhood they're moving to. And so it's sort of this, it's a privileged take, I suppose, to be complaining about the sound at Gingers when you live in Park Slope next to Gingers, which is expensive in itself. So that's where I'm landing on that. Okay. Moving on, can I say something? I want to talk about the baby tyrant matrix. Came up again today. I've been thinking about it. So there is this funny matrix, and like we all fall somewhere on these axes. Okay, the x-axis is from, on the very left-hand side, a serf, S-E-R-F. On the very right-hand side, it's a tyrant. And on the y-axis, the top is mommy and the bottom is baby. And every person falls somewhere in the mommy to baby spectrum, where you fall, or the serf to tyrant, where you fall. Okay. And in my opinion, I know a lot of baby tyrants. All right. And I'm thinking about myself and I'm like, okay, where do I fall? Am I more of a mommy? Am I more of a baby? And of course, you're like, situational. Okay. I'd like to think of myself as more in the mommy space because I am a pretty independent person. Okay. So I would like to think I'm on the mommy side of the spectrum. And then I go serf to tyrant and I'm like, well, I don't know. I don't want to be a martyr. I don't want to claim to be a martyr, but I am a Libra. Okay. So hard to say. And so I end up believing, like I'm sure many who are hearing about this matrix, that I'm in the dead center. I'm like, well, I think I'm actually right in the middle. So now that I've been having this conversation and people are are sharing their opinions. I am curious. People who know me, where do you think I fall on the baby tyrant surf mommy matrix? Because I think that I am actually in the mommy tyrant category, like slightly in the mommy tyrant quadrant. But I'm curious, where do you think you fall? Where do you think I fall? And is that the reason for our issues? And I don't know who is listening to this, but I'm sure. Okay. So baby tyrant matrix, we got to bring it back. And I do want you to place me because I am genuinely curious how I am perceived on the spectrum. Like, I think I'm like mommy tyrant, maybe, or am I just projecting because that's what I want to be? Okay, so I need you to tell me. All right, moving on. I'm sorry. My I'm sorry is to you, Abby. Happy birthday. I know it is your birthday, but I am gonna post a photo from your party on Saturday where I am absolutely fucking mogging you, bitch. Like, I look so cute, and you look really cute too, but like just not as cute as me. So I am sorry that I am going to be frame mogging you in this post, but I have to do it. Okay, I have to do it for my followers. I have to do it for myself. I gotta put me first. And I also have to say this about Liz. I'm sorry. At the Knicks game, I was just like simply shining. All the photos that Liz took of me, like glowing. I look spectacular. And then I would use her phone and try to take a photo of her, and like it's like the lights went off, bitch. I don't know. And not to say that she is cursed and I am not, which like jury's out, obviously. But it's not that I'm a bad Instagram boyfriend. She did a great job. She did a great job, but I was taking the same photo. And I do think it's because there's like approximately a foot of height difference, more than a foot of height difference between us. And therefore, her size made it so the light wasn't refracting off her in the same way. So I am sorry to you, Liz, that I was also having a better experience with the photo taking. I was free mogging. And I'm sorry to you, Abby, that I am going to be exposing us in that photo where I'm looking really cute. Okay, that's all. Songs of the week. Okay, Euphoria by Laureen. I have really been listening to that song. It's an old Eurovision song. So good. Okay, I also have to do East Side Girls by Muna. Banger. And then don't make me put it on here. I'm not going to put it on here. I'm not going to put it on Songs of the Week. I'm not going to put it on the playlist. But Loneliest Girl by Casey Musgraves. I've been spinning it. I don't know, you guys. You know, I've been feeling like a human these days, experiencing the whole spectrum of human emotions. Is my Lexapro not working, or does that mean it is working? Hard to say. Hard to say. Okay, so Loneliest Girl, Casey Musgraves, not on it, not official, but listen to it if you're feeling a little nasty. Not in a, like an actual nasty way, in like a like, am I actually the loneliest girl in the world? Okay. This has been Gay Rave. I am the Gabby L, and the L is for say it with me. Love you. Bye.
That's what she said. And you know what? What was that? Okay, James.